Tabiri for you. He said for the first time appearing on video. He was appearing on video in the past, but then we had a bit of issue, and then so he's here this afternoon. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, very well. We are all trying to brave the hot weather, trying to drink as much fluids and stay under shelter as much as we can. Yes. It's our 2 weeks of annual summer, so
yes, we have to enjoy it, right?
We have to enjoy it while it's here. Exactly.
All right.
From here on, it starts going downhill.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one there. Yes. So, what are we going to be looking at this afternoon, sir?
Yeah, so today I picked a topic that is relevant for everyone. I believe that we all need to have, a look at our credit scores. We are in an economy where your credit score matters because it's a credit economy. Your purchasing power depends on your credit score. How credit worthy you are, and so it's important that we all pay attention to our credit scores, because you might not have the cash to buy something, but if your credit is good, then you are able to buy what you need to buy. So it's important. We want to look at how to improve, or what the credit score is about, and how to maintain a good credit score, with the understanding that it forms the basis of our purchasing power.
All right. So, yes, within your credit score there, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So, first of all, what is credit score? For the sake of those who are listening to us who are not here in the UK, who might not know, I mean, they do, it's sort of a cash system there, so they just go and just get onto it. But for the sake of them, can you tell us what credit scoring is all about, sir?
Yeah, so credit scoring is, if you are any part of the Western world, credit scoring is always used as it's a score that is used to summarize or determine your credit worthiness to help lenders assess borrowing risk quickly and effectively. So lenders depend on this score to know whether they can extend a credit to you. I know for a fact that, even in jurisdictions like Ghana, they have also started using credit scores. So if you want to access any credit in Ghana, the lenders might ask for your credit report, especially if you are based outside of the country. They would ask you for a credit report. So even all economies or all lenders everywhere need this. So an adverse report on your credit score can make the difference between you being able to access the credit or not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. All right, so let's go on. Give us information that you
So credit score is important. Like we're saying, it measures your credit worthiness to help lenders assess how much credit or what your risk, the risk of them lending to you is. On-time payment. So if you make your payment on time with your current credit, it also goes to impact the scores that you have. Things like if you've missed payments, also defaults, and lower your credit scores significantly. There is also what we call credit utilization factor. So credit utilization is more or less how much of the credit that is currently available to you, how much have you used. So for example, if you have a credit availability let's say £100,000, and you have used 60 or 70,000 pounds of that credit, and so you have 30,000 room that you can borrow a bit more. If someone with the same credit availability, if they have a credit, if they've used only 30,000 of that credit, they have a lower credit utilization factor, and therefore their score will be higher than yours. So where, for example, you have used about 70,000 out of 100, which means you have a credit utilization of about 70%. Someone who has used maybe 30,000 of 100,000, we say has a credit utilization of 30%. In that case, if we're comparing the two of you, if a lender is considering the two of you for lending, the one with the lower utilization score, which is the 30%, has a better credit score and will be looked upon favorably.
Interesting. Go on, sir.
Yeah, some other factors that influence credit score can also be maybe the length of credit history. So if you have been with your bank for a number of years, it helps. If you have been with a credit facility, you've had a credit facility for a long time, it goes to help with your credit score. Lenders deem that you are credit worthy. That's why you have this long established history of credit. And also things like recent credit applications can also affect credit scores and lender decisions. So where you have made recent applications, it lowers your score for credit, because it might mean that at this particular point in time you need credit, and therefore the more you demand credit, the less or the drop your credit score would see.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We have our money man here this afternoon, and today we are dealing with how to improve your credit score. I mean, there is lots of things and advices that some people give. You don't know. But one of them, just to chip in before you continue, somebody says, go and get a credit card quickly, and then spend, and then they know that, yeah. Does that actually improve your credit scoring?
Well, that is a way to, one of the ways in which to manage your credit score. So the lender wants to see that indeed you have credit which you have used responsibly. And so if you have a credit card, if you don't have any credit history, your credit score is very low. So to answer your question, but having a credit card or having for any form of credit, and is how you manage it. You showing that you are able to repay, make payments on the credit card on time when they are due, before they are due. That would definitely impact your credit score positively.
Okay. Go on, sir.
Right. So let's also look at some, I would call this common myths and misunderstanding about credit scores. So you hear a lot of stories, and everybody will try and advise you as what to do to improve your credit score. Some of them are merely rumors, and they are not accurate. So let's look at some of these myths. The number one, there's a myth that when you check your credit score, it lowers it. So this is a myth. This is not correct. So viewing your own credit report is a soft search and does not negatively affect your credit score. So if it's your own credit report and you request a copy of it, it doesn't leave any footprints and it doesn't affect your credit score.
Oh, okay, that's a good one, because people have been saying that a lot. So you check it out, it, so your credit scoring is dropped. Okay, good. Go on, sir. Go on.
No, it's not. Also, secondly, high income does not guarantee a good credit score. So having a high income does not guarantee a good credit score. What guarantees a good credit score is good credit management, which is the key factor here. So how well you manage the credit is more important than how high your income is. Yes, and then I also to answer as part of the question that you asked before, where you have no credit history, it can make it harder for lenders to assess risk and possibly cause loan rejections. So if you have no credit history, yes, it will affect your score negatively.
Okay.
Also, closing long-standing credit accounts can reduce credit age and increase credit utilization, lowering your score. So some people think that if I have this account that I haven't used for a while, let me just close it, because the more I leave it open, it's going to affect my credit score negatively. Actually, that is not correct. You having an old account, long-standing credit account, works in your favor. It can reduce the credit age and also increase inflation.
So on that, do an individual have to put some money or leave some small amount in the said account for it to count as one that is helping your credit ratings at all?
So we are talking about credit accounts.
Or credit account,
not bank accounts.
Okay.
Yes, credit account. So if you have a credit card and you've held on to it, you are not using it. You can just leave it to lie down.
Okay.
You are not being charged any interest because you haven't used it. Then yes, you just, that's what we're talking about. So credit accounts, not bank accounts.
Not bank accounts. Okay. Thank you for that clarity. All right, then go on, sir.
Yeah. So also, paying off debts does not immediately remove negative marks. So if you have a debt, or you have any CCJs against your name, or any bankruptcies against your name, paying off those debts does not immediately take off those negative marks against your credit. It will normally take up to about 6 years to come off your credit record. So some people think that once I have a negative record and on my file, I need to go and get some credit. So I want to remove that credit from my file. So I'll quickly go and pay the debt so that my credit score increases. But it doesn't work that way. That tick mark takes a while to come through. And you have to also understand that credit scores, again, is not something that you can improve overnight. What lenders want to see, or what affects your credit score, is gradual improvement over months through consistent and positive financial habits. So if you pay all your debts today, it doesn't mean that it increases your credit utilization or increases your credit score. What the lender wants to see is positive financial habits, how responsible you are with your lending and your repayment processes. That's what they want to see.
Okay, there's another question that somebody is asking. The person is asking how they can improve their credit score of their teenage children. Is there a way forward there? What do they do? What do they have to do?
Yeah. So okay. So now these teenage children, I guess they are young people.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect that they would have a lot of debt, but it's a matter of, I believe the question is to how to get them credit footprint.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to look at first open bank accounts for them. So they have a footprint in the financial markets. If there's a credit card that they can use, or a payment card where that which has credit on it, which they incur some expenses on it and repay it, that would also help. I don't know what their ages are, but if they are at the voting age, then by all means get them to register at an address get themselves on the voters register. That is also very, very important. So that gives them visibility in terms of their helps with their identity and their proof of address. Yeah, like I said, gets them some credit and let them manage to repay it as whenever it's due, and that will help improve the credit score.
Interesting. Another question. Today, I think there are a few people listening. So, but if you are listening, feel free, send the questions in. We'll be able to address it. If the program is over by 1 o'clock, don't you worry. Later on, you send it in. I can still forward it to the money man, and he will see to address it for you. Now, the person is asking. Now, moving of addresses. I mean, you live in a particular place for just a short while. You move to another place. Does it impact your credit scoring at all?
So long as your credit file is being updated. So when you move, you move. For example, if you're on the electoral register, moving a lot should not affect your credit score, because sometimes you can't control. Those are things that you can't control. Work requirements, all that stuff can affect your movement, but the most important thing is wherever you are, make sure you get your electoral roll also updated. So whenever you change addresses, make sure you change your address also on the electoral roll, so that it's all ties together, and that should be fine. It shouldn't affect you negatively.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. This afternoon we have our money man himself, Mr. Tabiri, bringing you the money hour. And what is he looking at? Building your credit score. So, well, if you find yourself short and you have any questions, feel free to send it in. We'll be able to pose it to him. Even after the program, we can still forward it to him for him to address it next time when he's on. But he will continue to give us the necessary information that we need. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So some of the most important thing really that you need to be doing is to make sure you are paying your bills on time. This significantly improves credit scores, since payment history is crucial in credit assessment. The use of things like direct debits also helps, so that you don't forget. Most of the time it's not deliberate, but you forget. There's so much going on, you forget to make the actual payment. So if you're able to set direct debits to at least pay a minimum amount, then at least you're not getting penalized, and your credit score is also not getting hit. If you are in a financial difficulty, contact your lender. Speak to them, explore payment plans, or find a way to reduce credit damage. Don't just leave it for them to come chasing you. Sometimes if you speak to some of these lenders, they can put something in place that would help you to be able to manage the credit and not have a negative impact on your credit. Also we need to try and rebuild credit, and the way to do that is to demonstrate consistency with your payments, rebuild trust with lenders, and improve credit over time, despite late payments. Whenever you have defaulted, you always try and correct and build trust. And that is all that the credit scoring system looks to do, to build trust between the lender and the borrower. And also, you want to try and reduce your credit utilization and manage balances. So, as we said earlier, if the lower credit utilization means that you would have more, it will improve your credit score. Also, it means that what that means is that you are gradually also trying to reduce or manage your balance. Sometimes it might mean that perhaps maybe you can move balances from one credit card onto another. You can use facilities like the zero interest or zero balance transfers, where you can move credits from one credit card to another without having to pay interest over for a number of periods. Most credit cards at the moment offer that. So look to see where you can move credits around to be able to reduce the balance that you are paying on your credit card. And then also, so also lower utilization combined with on-time payments. What it does is that it signals to the lenders that you have financial discipline, and ultimately ensures credit worthiness. And then also you want to limit the impact of hard searches. So if you make multiple hard searches in a short time, this can temporarily lower your credit score, and it signals to lenders that you are in some kind of financial distress. So let's be careful, let's be mindful of that. If anything, if you want to make some credit, ask the lender whether they are going to make any hard searches. Insist that they make a soft search instead of a hard search on your application before they go ahead. You only go ahead with the hard search if you know definitely for sure that you are going to get the credit that you are going in for. So a soft search would give the lender what it needs to be able to assess the credit before they make a hard search on your credit. And also plan any major borrowing that you are looking to do, plan ahead of time. And now you have to avoid unnecessary applications before big loans like mortgages, etc., to protect your credit score. Spacing out applications and avoiding repeated rejection also helps maintain a stable credit profile. So it's just having a common sense approach to credit would help. Like we've said, consistent credit use, maintaining older accounts, making sure you diversify credit types. So you use a mixture of credits like credit cards and maybe small loans. It also demonstrates that you have credit management skills. And then we're talking about the electoral register or electoral roll, which seeks to provide verification for your identity, and it shows that you are able to build your credit gradually consistently over a number of time, and they know where to reach you, they know where to contact you if they need you. So these are some of the strategies that you use. It is also very, very important, I can't emphasize this enough, that you check your credit report from time to time. At least twice a year, make it a point to check your credit report. You can obtain your credit report from any of the credit reference agencies for free. You are entitled to request at any time that you want and not pay for credit references. It might take a while. If you want the free service, it takes a while to do. Otherwise, you can't pay. I think at the moment, most agencies charge about £15 to give you a ready-made credit report. It's important to see your credit report regularly. One, it identifies any errors on your credit file so that you can go ahead and correct them if you find any errors, or perhaps maybe you are even paying for a service that you're not using any longer, that you don't know, you don't realize, but it is on your credit file. It also shows or reveals any identity fraud or identity theft. If someone has used your name to obtain a credit, it will show up on your credit report. And also helps you track your credit score or credit progress. It serves as a motivating factor for you to be able to manage your credits more effectively.
Wow. So if after this you still have a problem with your credit scoring, then I think you have a big problem. But Mr. Tabiri, before we run up, now if somebody finds themselves, I mean, everything that you said, but they've already made a mess. How do they get themselves out of it?
Yeah, so the mess has been created. Like I said, it's about rebuilding your trust with lenders. So you need to take the necessary steps. It will not happen overnight, but it's a long-term game. You need to rebuild trust. So the more, if you start small steps to rebuild your credit by paying off your credit on time, paying off your debts, reaching out to lenders, speaking to them if you need to, trying to make arrangements. All these help over time to build credibility, financial credit credibility for yourself, and your score would improve over time. It's not a quick fix. Like I said, it needs a consistent approach. They need to see that you have a habit of managing credit in more responsibly, and they'll be able to be comfortable to extend more credit to you.
Right, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Bear with me with the noise in the background. The studio is a bit hot and we're trying to cool it. The producer is doing his best to cool it. That's why there is that noise in the background. But thank you very much for tuning in. Mr. Tabiri, before we go.
Yeah, so definitely credit score is important. If you are in this part of the world, it's important to keep an eye on it. There are specific strategies that if you can use if you have a particular situation that confronts you and you need assistance, you need some guidance. I will be able to help you. You can reach out to me on 07961248834, 07961248834. And if you have any other accounting or tax related issues, we are here to help as well. Just reach out and quote Starr Radio, and we would be able to assist you and give you a free consultation.
Wow. Thank you very, very much, sir, for this wonderful program this afternoon. I hope that our listeners have taken a leap out of that and know exactly what to do. All right. So have a lovely afternoon. I know you are enjoying the sun. He says we have to make hay while the sun is shining, right?
Yes, indeed.
Well, he said we only have at times just a couple of weeks with the sun brimming like that. But, well, enjoy it and we'll be with you. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Tabiri, for joining us. Mr. Tabiri is the CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. And for all your accounting issues, you have got to look no further but look out to him. Get in touch with him. We're going to take a commercial and say thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
You're most welcome, and it's been a pleasure coming again your way. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye for now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, we're going to take a commercial break, and when that ends, I will be out of here. But it's been the money man himself, Mr. Dan Tabiri, coming your way, and today we looked at credit scoring. How do you build that? Well, a word to a wise is always enough. But let's take this break before I take my bow. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, thank you very much to each and every one of you who tune in today to listen to us on the various platforms. We have to take our bow now, but I hope that next week we'll be here. I've got a special guest who's going to be joining, a Reverend Doctor who is in town. He's going to be joining us. And let me once again take this opportunity to say good afternoon to Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi. That event is going to be taking place on Thursday, next week Thursday, God willing, if we are still alive. Yeah, I'll be bringing that your way. But on that note, let me say, God richly bless you. Thank you very much. And to England, yes, yeah, football is coming home. Yeah, we hope that. We hope the England team all the best and enjoy the sun, as Mr. Tabiri said. Make hay while the sun shines. And I see you all next week. I'm out like that. Bye bye.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening.